So 9 times out of 10, when I'm going through Tad's video collection, if I find a zombie movie, I fucking ignore it. 'Cause they're all the fucking same. But this one's got the Blue Meanie in it, so I thought, fuck it, why not? And I watched it. And I found out why not. Okay. Normally, we just jump right into things, but this Not a Movie comes with an introduction. So, check this guy out.
Welcome, gorehounds, swamp zombies, stars, WWF, WWE, and ECW's wrestling star Brian, Blue Meanie Heffron, UFC, Hall of Fame member Dan, the Beast Severin, and legendary porn star Jasmine St. Clair.
I love the fake letterboxing, I love the fake scratching and skipping, and I really love the fake tough guy.
In this twisted tale, a physician at a hospital is formulating a serum to resurrect recently deceased patients. The doctor is forced to dispose of the patients as quickly as possible with the help of the evil hospital manager. Little do they know, their serum works. The test subjects rise to life once again to wreak havoc.
A mad doctor uses science to reanimate the dead, and it doesn't go to plan? What a fresh take on the zombie trope. Where do they come up with this stuff?
Gorehounds, turn down the lights. Crank up the volume. This is Swamp Zombies.
Sounds more like hospital zombies. What do I know? I'm not that. So when the video finally starts, it's in a little black frame for some reason. The whole NAM plays like this. I have no idea why, and I'm not going to show it like that. Just remember, no matter how bad this thing looks at any given moment, it's actually worse. Also, every single shot in this Not a Movie has something wrong with it. And I am not exaggerating, whether it's audio blowouts or crew shadows or an actor getting his line wrong. There is something shit in every shot. We are gonna be here for a while.
He has internal bleeding around the inferior portion of his diaphragm. His right lung's punctured as well.
Doctor, please remain calm.
It's a pretty good assessment for not examining the patient.
Mr. and Mrs. Stevenson.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Phillips, chief physician here at Metro Hospital.
How is my son?
Dusty as fuck. Nah, just kidding. He's actually dead.
Huh. Not gonna set the tone or anything.
Oh no, they have. And our Not a Movie about hospital zombies now starts properly with some mid-20s kids in high school.
It's a sign.
Yeah, but relax. Think of just camping out for one night.
Yeah, but Friday night, man, that's pretty harsh.
Guys, come on. It's required for the syllabus, and the rest of the classes had to do it, so now it's our turn. I, for one, would like to take this a little seriously.
Well, the acting is atrocious, but at least we can barely hear it.
Okay, everyone. Does everybody understand their assignment? Okay. We are going to take environmental samples of the entire plant life, water, and swamp marsh. We will take the samples to the lab on Monday morning and have a look-see at them. We'll be looking for microorganisms, pollution, and a likes and understanding.
sweet mother of fuck.
Awkward pauses, cutting off his own lines in editing, and a goofy voice that would be hard to understand if the audio wasn't shit.
Come on, Rick. It won't be that bad. Papa a stud like you, sorority girl like me, alone in the woods. Sure, we can figure out something to do.
Wait a second. At first, I thought these two just went to his locker, but he opens it, she flirts with him, he doesn't put anything in or take anything out, and then he closes it. And according to the inside the locker shot, they're not in a locker hall, they're in a locker room.
Huh. Maybe they thought nobody would notice that?
But why even do it? It's 20 seconds of pure incompetence and impacts the story 0%. It's not just pointless, they put in more work to make their project worse. So this kid who died earlier is being taken to the morgue because they were only able to bring his shirt back to life.
So, does this shit show have a plot?
I am so glad you asked.
I've been receiving a lot of pressure lately from our investors. They want answers sooner than later. Oh, and speaking of added pressures, this facility is long past due for an inspection.
Let's tackle one issue at a time first. Our investors have already put enough money up front just to get a serum developed. Believe me, they can wait another couple days to see the fruits of their investments. As for the federal inspection, if they should arrive while the serum is taking effect, we'll do the only thing we can do. Dispose of the bodies and start again with new subjects.
Okay! So, the hospital manager took money from investors so that the head surgeon could create a serum that will, of course, make zombies. They're testing this serum on recently deceased patients in an active hospital instead of a private lab because they're stupid.
Why don't we just take the subjects to the warehouse extraction point and just let the investor scientists take over from there?
We just can't ship them off to the extraction point. If they awaken, they'll need to stay on monitoring equipment at least 3 hours. We'll need to know the condition of their nervous and muscular systems. We can't just ship them off without tests. We'll have no idea what kind of product we have.
And they don't even know if the serum will reanimate the dead, but if it does, a 3-hour checkup is all you're gonna need to see if your product is ready for market.
Why is there a warehouse extraction point, but not a warehouse outfitted for doing zombie science? You're trying to create literal monsters in a building packed with defenseless people, and you don't see any issues with trying to transport your success stories off the premises.
Haste makes waste, my dear. Our foreign investors will understand. They would have to be sympathetic to our situation here. After all, it's better to start anew than risk the government seizing all of our work, or the risks involved in putting out a product we don't fully know the capabilities of yet.
Well, if you can just tell your investors to wait, then why aren't you waiting? Why not schedule your overdue inspection, tell your investors you need an extra day, and start making zombies tomorrow? Like, why is a plan not an option?
Anyway, with that poorly planned section out of the way, we now move to the next day's poorly planned method of obtaining a body count.
What is this assignment supposed to prove anyways?
Well, we won't find anything out until we get back to the lab. There's a lot of stuff out here that really probably shouldn't be here.
Lisa is quite correct. Once we get the samples back to the lab and under some microscopes, we'll see what's going on.
Going on about what?
They never say. They're implying that there's something weird going on in the ecosystem, but they never tell us what it's supposed to be.
Some samples, I'm sure, will be typical for this environment. However, I'm sure we'll find some findings that are a bit unusual for this habitat, okay?
Alright, I don't get it. Why is he talking like that?
As your counselor, I'm here to help you with whatever problems you might have, okay?
But he's a teacher, not a counselor. Sammy, It doesn't make sense. Seriously, you cut me off for that?
It was obviously important. They filmed it for a reason, I assume.
This facility is past due for federal inspection, so I'm going to need the next couple of hours to take a complete walk through the building.
Yes, this is Nurse Claudia. I have an agent here. Yes, he's with the federal government.
No, I didn't bother actually looking at his identification or verifying his arrival.
They're here! You know the federal agents we spoke about?
I can get the bodies out of here in 1 hour.
It occurs to me this guy's not going to be inspecting the corpses, so why not just put them in another room?
It's Dr. Phillips. I need your services immediately. There's been an issue here at the hospital. I need the immediate disposal of some evidence.
What kind of evidence are we talking about?
I need 12 bodies disposed of at once.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing you say over the phone.
We can handle it. We'll be there in 15 minutes.
Just hurry. Here's the situation. These subjects are in mid-experiment right now. However, I have federal agents in the building as we speak. I need these subjects disposed of in a place where they can never be recovered.
Definitely not somewhere they could potentially float into public view.
Bury them in the lake. Go out past the swamplands, make sure the water's deep enough, and bury them in the lake.
Or that.
How do you bury something in a lake?
What? You never dug a hole in a lake before?
No. Oddly enough, I have not.
While distracting the inspector, the manager ducks into the ladies' room to call the evil and mysterious investor.
Federal agents are in the building as we speak. You gotta get someone down here now.
Just relax. I'll arrange for 2 of our associates to arrive there tonight.
Okay, tonight? Alright, great.
Are they planning to whack the inspector?
Well, her problem is that the inspector is there now, and the investor's solution is to send guys over later, so that'd be a pretty bad plan.
Wait, so the doctor's mafia goons don't work for this guy? He's mixing criminals from 2 different criminal groups?
That, also seems like a pretty bad plan.
And why is she even calling this guy to send people over? The doctor told her that he would handle it.
Hurry. Take this body to the autopsy room downstairs. The agent should have been to the basement already, so I'm sure the body should be safe there.
What? That's what I said! If you can just put them in another room, why did you call these guys over here to destroy them?
Also, I kinda love the big guy walking around the hospital with a dead body over his shoulder.
Go to the stairwell. That takes you to the front entrance. Go left. Your van will be right there. I have to make it back up to my office at once. Get out of here.
Got it.
Well, you just told these guys to take the body to the basement, but now you're telling them to take it out to the van?
Through the front fucking entrance? And why did the doctor have to tell them where their van is parked?
Oh, and there's the fact that you called them to move 12 dead bodies, so they're really gonna do this 11 more times?
Oh yes, our inspection agent. How can I assist you today?
Agent Schiller. Actually, I was hoping we could wrap this up tomorrow. It's late and I've had a long trip.
Then why did you start a surprise inspection in the first place?
We then join our mafia scum with 2 body bags, so they did make at least 1 more trip to the hospital carrying a corpse.
Let's get these bodies dumped and get out of here before it starts storming even
There's
more.
a high wind advisory coming into the area, and it is mandatory that all small
Fuck! We've only got about 5 minutes left to get these bodies out, bury them, and head back. There's no way we're gonna get deep enough.
I can't tell if this guy's worried about the storm rolling in or the movement we just saw in the body bag. If it's just the storm, wait it out. Probably shouldn't be dumping bodies in the daytime anyway. If you're worried about the bodies coming back to life, why didn't you chop their heads off before you stuffed them in the fucking bags?
These are the worst fucking goons.
Hey guys, I'm gonna hit the sack.
Good night.
Night.
I actually forgot about this part of the film.
Yes, Yes, we're back with our overnight camping trip required for a high school science class where the only authority figure just left a bunch of teenagers unsupervised with fire.
Oh, I sure hope that impending thunderstorm forgets to affect these characters in any way.
And with Professor Dweeb out of the way, they bust out the beer. How did they bring beer without it breaking or exploding? Who fucking cares?
Come on, Robbie. Don't you want to come play with us? It'll be fun. I promise.
1. Why is this kid sitting in the dirt and using headlights to read instead of sitting in the car with the dome light on? 2. This chick has a boyfriend and she's constantly bidening this outcast nerd guy. I don't know why she thinks sexual harassment is funny or whatever, but I also don't know why it doesn't bother her actual boyfriend. 3. They walked through the woods. Why is there a car? Anyway, back to the plot, I guess.
So, problems here, Lillian.
Look, I warned Phillips about this. The facility's been overdue for inspection for 2 years now.
2 years? Ugh. So these are the 2 associates that Neckfat said he'd send to the hospital, but all they do is nag the manager and she says, ask the other guy. We then get introduced to the only good characters in this thing.
What the hell was that? Did you hear that? What? Somebody's fucking around out there. Somebody's trying to steal the weed. Get those motherfuckers.
These are forest weed guardians?
Heck yeah!
Well, what makes them so special?
As soon as they show up on screen, they're killed by zombies. One scene, no names, dead and gone.
They are the best.
Then these 2 start making out, and on its own, it's pointless. But I simply must share with you the incredible fuck music.
The dead are watching me. Perhaps this was all meant to be. I see them outside in the tree. 'Cause the dead are watching me.
Okay.
Their sex is dark and blurry and totally pointless, but that song makes it fucking hilarious. The artist's name is Victoria Galinsky, and all of her music is absolutely what the fuck. I implore you to check her out in your free time. Hey, you know how every time you've been injured you bleed cherry pie filling? Seriously, why do people who've never seen blood try to make gory movies? Oh, and speaking of embarrassing lazy shit.
Ah, shit.
What do you mean, oh shit? You clearly dragged your cookie through the blood on purpose.
And it wasn't even the first time. He already had blood on his shirt when he wiped it off. And of course he eats the cookie. It's not a surprise when he clearly already was. But why is he using kitchen knives? And why is he doing this in a high school chem lab?
What the hell? What the hell?
So the Mafia goons really only took 2 bodies to bury in the lake.
Yes, but 3 zombies attacked the weed couple.
Okay, so we can say they took 3. But that means they left 9 in the hospital? And of all the people to leave in the dark about your zombie experiments, the fucking mortician?
Did that red-faced zombie have a pulse or not?
Oh, did I mention this Nam has a martial arts master? Because half an hour in, this Nam has a martial arts master. This is Ranger Jack. He's our super sexy action star, and he also wrote and directed, if you can believe that. And these are his 2 fisherman buddies, and they don't fucking matter.
So, guys, what's up for today?
The usual. Hey, you got any power out here? It was a hell of a storm we had last night.
Yeah, that was rough. Basically, all of our phone lines are out. Our electricity's out, too. So, the whole area's down.
You lost your utilities because of a light drizzle.
Okay, class, can I have your undivided attention? Did everyone collect their last samples?
You mean these samples, which we're never gonna use or even mention again? Also, their car won't start because horror movie.
Well, that shouldn't be an issue since they walked there in the first place. But I guess it's gonna be an issue. For some reason.
What? How the fuck could that have happened?
Great. Robert, did you happen to turn off the headlights last night?
Well, I don't remember, but the headlights were out when I woke up, and I thought it was
That's
you turning
it!
them off.
You fell asleep with the lights on, now the battery's probably shot.
Glorious
now,
job,
what the hell are we gonna do?
Perfect, nice job.
Wow, this chick is just terrible.
I'll bet she was the most popular girl in drama class. Also, you found him sleeping in front of the car and didn't turn the headlights off. So he was irresponsible, but you're the one to blame.
Relax, guys. All I have to do is call campus security and they'll come and get us.
You're on campus right now?
Campus security doing a lot of off-roading in the woods? Never mind, they don't call anyone because the phones don't work. Because of the storm. See the fisherman that spoke with Jack earlier? They took 2 scenes to die. Fucking losers.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
What do you fucking think?
And then a bunch of zombies attacked the boat and drowned the fisherman.
How long were they sitting down there doing nothing?
Don't think about it.
But why did they drown them instead of eating them?
Don't think about it.
But don't the zombies need oxygen?
You have got to stop thinking about it. So then the mad doctor comes upon one of his hospital zombies and easily sedates it, immediately taking the piss out of the zombies as a threat in general.
He just walks around all day with a vial full of—
Kyle! Stop thinking about things! The director then convinces 2 attractive women to wear bikinis on the ugliest shoreline ever seen because tits.
Well, I guess all that partying really mellowed you out. I guess we'll have to.
Yeah, Slap Girl is dead, and the other one runs off into the woods because heading towards civilization wasn't an option. But hey, she gets rescued by the Blue Meanie, for some reason. And if those 2 new characters weren't enough to distract you from the fact that there isn't a fucking story, Ranger Jack got a new character too!
Hey, so how's it going out there?
It's fine. No real damage to report. Any word on the phone lines getting back up?
Hey, any calls about how soon they'll fix the phones?
No. The lines are still dead from all that no real damage. Main takeaway, this chick doesn't get a name in her introductory scene because she's so important. And back at the hospital, the agent returns for day 2 of the surprise inspection.
Actually, Dr. Phillips, if you'll just sign here, I'll be on my way.
Then why the fuck didn't you do this last night?
Man, I gotta take a piss.
That's great. Thanks for sharing.
That's great. Thanks for acting. Anyway, Professor Cringe tells his students to go to the ranger station and then abandons them. I'm not sure why.
It works.
What?
It works.
How? What happened?
Now, mind you, I had to dispose of most of the test subjects. I managed to store one in the autopsy room downstairs. I've closed the room to through traffic till we can remove the subjects from there.
Did you just say subject or subjects?
Yes, it seems the subject I stored has caused a bit of a problem. What's important is the serum is successful at reviving the subjects.
Yeah, it's definitely not important to explain to your partner how one test subject turned into multiple test subjects when no one was looking. And good on her for not demanding he fucking explain it.
Hey guys! Bring it in for a minute!
Bring it in? They're like 20 feet away. You don't even need to raise your voice.
Come on, bring it in! I'll only be a minute!
Oh, god damn it! Inside voice! Inside voice!
God damn, is the mic tangled in her fucking larynx?
Hey, I'm talking to you.
Oh, so you were shrieking like a roasted banshee from 3 feet away. The hell was I thinking?
Obviously it's a zombie because they enjoy sitting in tiny boats like anyone else, and she's suddenly surrounded. I'll give her this though. For someone who looks like both Jan and Wayne Skyler, she's quite the little ass kicker. However, she's really bad at running away from very slow people. And with Jack working too loud to hear her calls for help, she just gives up so they can kill her.
She's a ranger, but she doesn't have a gun?
Well, come on now. She didn't even have a purpose. So remember when the Blue Meanie saved Boob Girl? Well, he took her to the safety of his murder shack and gave her some filthy clothes to wear.
Now let's take a look at that leg.
You just made her put pants on.
And the blood is running straight down toward her calf because the wound wasn't open the whole time she was vertical. Apparently. By the way, if you thought Boob Girl was an actress, you thought wrong.
Those people, those things, cannibals or something. They were so pale and rough looking. They killed my friend. She told me to run. And I did.
Well, the director gave us a few seconds of blurry nipples, so... You know, I guess it all evens out.
We need to get out of here. There's a ranger station just a few miles from here. We should try to get there.
Why is everyone so keen on going to this ranger station?
I think they all just want a reason to hang out with Jack and his rockin' bod. Speaking of which, earlier, this Wiener kid was the only one who didn't go to the ranger station, and it was just so he could stay back and get killed. His character is completely useless, so it doesn't actually matter, and I wouldn't even mention it, except his death has a super weird moment that I can't quite figure out.
What was that?
That's the thing! Right in the middle of this chick licking his neck in the tall grass, there's a shot of motor oil being flung onto a plot of sand? Maybe it's supposed to be an insert shot of blood spray, as if to imply that she'd bitten his neck, but that's not what that is. So, just... the hell?
Weird.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
What's going on?
Man, we're happy to see you. Our car just died. We might have to have our car jumped. Can you help us out? Can you give us a jump?
Why don't we head off to your vehicle and we'll have a look at it, all right?
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
So, you're just gonna walk all the way back?
I'm sorry. How is Jack going to jump your car without any fucking equipment?
Also, good to know that everyone who does make it to the ranger station will be locked out and helpless.
Dear God, I didn't see you there.
How?
What? Anyway, the zombies get him up against the tree, and just as it looks like they're about to rape him, they eat him instead.
Well, I definitely think you guys' battery's dead. But I've got a female ranger officer out and about right now. That's the only truck I got. I was going to find her now, so I'm going to go find her, bring the truck back, we'll jump the car, and everything will be all right, okay? And you guys will be on your way, all right?
Could have said that without wasting everyone's time, Beef Braid.
I think we have some jumper cables in the trunk. I can go check for you. Hey, Jess, would you pop the trunk?
What would it matter? You can't fucking use them!
Oh my God! Robert! Robert, who did this to you?
Wait. Was he sitting there the whole time? Or was that supposed to be him falling out of the trunk?
I don't know.
Robbie, stop mumbling! I can't understand you, Robbie!
What the fuck did you kick him for? And whose fucking truck is that?
All right, guys, look, this is enough. I mean, your friend's down there, look at him. I mean, he's hurt.
No, you don't fucking say!
All right, look, this is what the plan's gonna be. Y'all know where Beach 1 is, correct? That's where Anna is, my co-worker. She's down there with the truck right now. I want you to get your asses down there, get the truck, and bring it back. I'm gonna stay here with Roberts. Whoever, whatever has done this to him is gonna come back. If it does, I'm gonna be there. Everybody understands?
Go to the beach, find your friend, bring her and the truck back here. And she'll do everything we say, even though we can't prove that you're the one who told us to do this. So, maybe do your own plan.
Nah, Jack has to stay back to protect the Wiener Kid.
He just cannot resist crippling this pathetic teenager.
We then get a silly fight scene and Jack bravely runs away.
Great, no keys.
Yeah, no beach either.
What the hell are we gonna do?
Fuck, we're fucking trapped here now, man.
Yeah, unless you, like, you know, keep walking.
Especially since there was just a zombie attack by that car over there. And then they hotwire the car, so the whole no keys thing was entirely pointless. Jack finds Meanie and Boob Girl still fucking around at his murder shack, where we find out Boob Girl is an excellent fighter too.
Well then, why didn't she protect her friend in the first place?
You're asking questions again.
When I arrived here this morning, I found this surprise waiting for me. This specimen was brought in a little more than 48 hours ago. He was in a rather vicious house fire. We were unsuccessful at resuscitating him, until now, that is.
Once he was dead, we could finally revive him.
It does appear, however, our serum has certain chain reactive side effects.
And those being?
The serum is contagious. To this point, I'm assuming it's only transmitted through bodily fluids. This unfortunate employee was probably bitten by the test subject. Thus, the serum was transmitted through the subject's saliva. It seems once the serum enters the bloodstream of a live individual, that individual takes on traits of the test subject.
The serum is contagious. So, an undead body constantly generates more of the serum inside itself.
Are you really doing a scene where you explain that someone who's bitten by a zombie becomes a zombie?
And how do we reverse these conditions?
Well, you don't. They're dead.
You fucking... They're not dead. They were dead when you pumped junk into them to make them undead. I'm pretty sure he's asking how you stop them from being undead. Jack leads his new friends to the spot where he was just attacked, because that's not brain dead or anything, right as the kids come back with his truck, but not with the woman they were sent to find.
Everyone's incompetent. Yay!
So what now? Well, look, guys, we gotta search the bodies.
No.
Look, we gotta find out where these guys came from.
No, you don't! You don't have to do that!
Here's a fresh new idea. Why don't you go to the ranger station and call for help?
Look at this. Metro Hospital, July 12th, Dr. James Phillips, MD.
They came from the hospital. But how did they get here?
Well, they walked.
I want you guys to stay in the truck, roll up the windows, lock the doors, okay? If you see any more of those things, take off, all right? If you don't see anything, give us 20 minutes, all right? If we're not back in 20 minutes for any reason, take off. Get to the authorities and tell them everything. And I mean everything.
In fact, just go do that now so you can send back actual help.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this!
What is it?
I don't know.
Well, that about sums up the entire cinematic experience, doesn't it?
Hey, look at this!
What is it?
I don't know.
Jack then suddenly finds Skylar, but she's a zombie now, so he kills her.
Forgive me.
So wait, if a living person is bitten by a serum zombie, they instantly die and come back as a reanimated corpse. But if you break a zombie's neck, it dies again? I mean, what if the person died of a broken neck in the first place?
Kyle, I am begging you to stop thinking about things.
This is what we've been referring to, and apparently there's more to one of them.
Body bags? I mean, we've got a hospital ID tag. We've got body bags. I mean...
At least we don't have a swamp.
Oh, then we'd really be screwed.
Oh, and the shit kids are arguing again. Is there any way we could maybe skip past this? 2 things. 1. When stranded in broad daylight during a zombie outbreak, keep an eye out for zombies. 2. If your windows are down, put them up. But can the combination of generic butt rock and blowing out the camera's built-in mic save him? It cannot. These 3 come back from failing and we get some incredible scene continuity.
Over there!
We couldn't stay. We were at the front gates, and then they were all over us, and we had to go, and they were everywhere. We already called the police. They said they were on their way, and we'll meet them at the front gates.
That was a lot.
So an hour in, Dan the Beast Severn shows up to lead a team of t-shirt police into the woods and kill some zombies. No story, no character, just 4.5 straight minutes of padding.
It is rough.
Okay, guys, let's finish cleaning up this area. Let's get the hell out of here.
And they just leave.
So wait, the police didn't know anything about a zombie outbreak, and why would they believe it anyway? They just know a bunch of weirdos were attacking people.
Yep.
And their response was not to ask any questions, but to murder a bunch of unarmed people wandering through the woods who also were not attacking anyone.
Yep.
Well, at least this flick depicted police correctly.
Yes?
Dr. Phillips, there's an officer. I'm sorry, what did you say your name was? An Officer Jack here to see you. Shall I send him up?
Yes.
Officer Jack? Jack is his surname?
Yeah. Officer's his first name.
What?
Well, that's why she called him Officer Jack.
I'm fairly certain she was being formal, like with Dr. Phillips, Officer Jack.
But his job isn't officer. He's a ranger.
So, his name is Ranger Officer Jack.
Yes. This has been an excellent conversation, by the way. The viewers are loving it.
Right. How about we move on to an even worse conversation?
We may have a problem. We need to play this very carefully.
We may have a problem. I just invited law enforcement into my office with armed goons.
We need to play this very carefully. I've just invited law enforcement into my office with armed goons.
The 2 of us are going down to the basement to protect our investment. We don't know what this officer's found out. For all we know, he has a whole squad out there waiting for us.
For what?
So you're gonna hole up in the morgue and kill anyone who comes in because they might be looking for your zombies.
He's right. We need to get the bodies out of the morgue immediately.
Wait, you're going to protect your investment by getting them out?
And why would you do that if you're afraid he's got you surrounded?
This should do the trick. Enough to tie them up and get them out of here.
Tranquilizers, you fools! Who knows if that'll even work against them?
You fucking tranquilized the first one you fucking met!
What the hell is the fucking narrative?
Anyway, the goons leave to go do whatever, and Jack shows up ready for a nap.
Have there been any strange occurrences at the hospital lately?
For the love of fuck, what is this shot?
The important thing is that Dr. Phillips immediately buckles and tells Jack the entire backstory of the plot for no reason.
Rubidium was an experimental drug developed here with its basic purpose being to activate dead brain tissue after death.
And since drugs are meant for living things, you'll just have to pretend that makes sense.
In theory, if the drug was injected quickly after death, while the brain is still sending electrical impulses, the deceased subject would essentially revive.
Ew! So if the person wasn't dead yet, your drug would cure them of literally anything? I mean, that's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I wonder why no one's ever thought of that.
Since the brain would still be relatively fresh, the subject would be able to receive instruction, would be able to learn, if you will. Yet the subject would be clinically dead. There would be no heartbeat, no sense of pain, no emotion.
Well, the brain would be fresh, because if it's still sending out signals, it's not dead.
But even if they were dead, you're saying there's no heartbeat, and you're injecting the serum into their arm. How is it getting to the brain anyway?
Think about the possibilities. These subjects could be trained for war, sending the dead to fight our battles. A war without casualties. Oh, but not just war, Jack. What about natural disasters or hazardous chemical accidents? For instance, a chemical spill ignites a ferocious fire. You wouldn't have to take as many precautions. These subjects could be sent in to handle an incident like this. They could go right in, quickly and efficiently handle the task at hand. No one dies.
Except you need people to die in the first place to create them. There's no evidence you could ever teach them anything. And even if you could, your plan is to put them into situations where they would potentially, if not intentionally, be destroyed. In which case, you would need more dead people to restock your zombie supply. So what the fuck is even the point?
As I told you, federal agents came in when they did. We had a dozen experiments initiated. I couldn't take the chance of them seizing my formulas, taking possession of my life's work.
You were making zombies for shady criminal investors, but doing it for the government would be bad.
You just fucking said how great it would be to have zombies fighting wars and providing disaster relief. Cynicism aside, are those the works of the mafia or the government?
So, the government came in, and you basically ditched the bodies in the swamps.
Yes, they were disposed of in the lakes bordering the swamps.
Oh, so... no.
The brutal storms we had, I'm assuming the bodies washed up on shore then?
Yeah, you can say that.
Well, we must head out there at once. These subjects must be captured, not destroyed.
Why, you stupid motherfucker! This whole thing started because you had to destroy the subjects in the first place. You paid criminals to do it. Do not fucking act like they're so fucking important now.
I don't think so. I think we're gonna let the authorities sort this out.
You are the authorities!
Wait. Then why did you talk to him instead of sending in the police? If this isn't you investigating and you already have evidence that the hospital was illegally dumping bodies, that's already enough to report.
Plus, they made zombies.
It's kind of a big deal, man. Huh. You mean the guy who ran the facilities where they reanimate the dead might himself have a violent streak?
What are the fucking odds?
Look at this as donating your body to science.
Hey!
Do you have any clue what's been going on here?
I'm sorry, do you have any clue what's going on? You just stabbed a total stranger in the chest for saying, hey. Anyway, Boob Girl arrives and murders management chick, and Jack goes after Dr. Phillips.
Take care of this guy. He knows everything. Everything.
And where are you going?
To take care of his friend. I'll meet you on the roof in less than 10 minutes.
Jack and Meanie are both mortally wounded. Just go to your rooftop helicopter and fly away. If your plan is to flee the country anyway, why take the fucking risk?
Look, I want you to lock yourself in one of these rooms right now. Well, I can't come out no matter what. This doctor is a killer.
You're a fat guy who's been bludgeoned and stabbed. Why would she be the one who needs a safe place to hide? So after Meanie and Jack both have exceedingly pointless fight scenes to pad out the runtime, Jack chases one of the goons onto the roof.
How did you get this job?
Anyway, the moron wasted his ammo by missing targets 5 feet in front of him, so they have a ninja battle that goes long into the night. Seriously?
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 Oh, and it turns out that obviously real person was actually an FBI agent. So, was he a rogue agent working for some foreign group? Was Dr. Phillips working for the government the whole time but too stupid to realize it? Who the fuck knows?
This is easier than I thought.
Yeah. Imagine how easy it would have been if you had just fucking shot him.
Meanie ends up killing him and more padding, and Jack wanders around lost as hell.
Well, that was smooth editing.
It's fucking movie magic right there. And when Dr. Phillips tells the goons from earlier to pick him up before the cops arrive, it gets even smoother.
Dr. Phillips, what are you doing?
He's got a gun!
Man, what is taking him so long?
He said the front entrance, right? Well, he'll be here.
What the fuck's going on? We've done everything you asked of us. What more do you want?
That's classified.
What the hell?
Well, sure, the editing's ridiculous, but hey, at least I have no idea what happened.
You know, Jack, the situation could still be salvageable. There's a chopper on it.
No, there isn't.
Oh, Jack. What could have been?
No!
So, none of those mismatching police thought to, like, I don't know, identify themselves? Or say, like, freeze or something?
Why do that when you can just shoot a man in the back?
We'll be handling the investigation from here, officer. We appreciate all your help and cooperation. Okay, boys, let's get him out of here. Quickly.
Hey, he's not a hospital inspector. He's a vaguely military guy. Does that mean that they're still past due for that inspection?
You're in a hospital. It has a morgue. Where else would you need to take the dead doctor's body?
Oh, they kept that to use as their first government test subject of his own zombie juice. What tragic irony!
This thing was really bad.
You're darn right, Kyle! The audio sucks, the camera work sucks, they don't know how reflections work, and it seems it was cut together by a rototiller. As for the writing, the characters either have nonsensical motivations or no motivations at all. A bunch of people show up just to die moments later and never get mentioned again, and no one's decisions make any damn sense. Did every zombie get re-killed?
Did anyone retrieve them?
Did anyone ever ask the hospital why their dead loved ones are suddenly missing?
And of course, Blue Meanie, have you no shame?
Stevie wouldn't do shit like this. But most importantly, Tad, why would you buy this?